I told my people don't worry about me. I'm motivated by the ones that doubt it. The world's sleeping, but I know I got it. Try to struggle, man, I gotta get out it. Lonely now because the top is not crowded.
Guys, it's your boy Cameron or Wills here, coming at you with a brand new franchise with the Titans. Like I said, I was wanting to do. We end up, I don't know what I'm trying to do. Like, I didn't want to create a coach, so I ended up creating an owner instead. And this is just the first game of the preseason. Pretty excited about this because there's a lot of young players on the Titans that I'm big fans of that I really want to get to play with. So we end up going, I think, with lifelong fan because it gives you the fan boost and success. So our name, I'm just gonna put my name. I thought about putting Wheels, but I just put my name, Cameron. And yeah, it's a major, like, I'm really excited for this series because, like, I'm getting on the game early, and there I was just, I don't know what was going on. I was just couldn't spell very well. And then I end up putting my last name, Parker. And just the Titans are going to have a big season, man, in real life. I'm really ready for it. I got my season ticket, so I'll be there for every game. So we use All Pro on simulation difficulty, and I end up doing 8-minute quarters. I know that's kind of long, but if you do 6, it's kind of short for stats and whatnot, so you can't really keep up with everyone else in the league. But here we are, just starting the league up. And so I'm not going to do the weekly training in the preseason. I'm just going to leave that for the regular season. So in the preseason, I'm just simming it. But right here, I'm just pretty much looking at my team. And we have a nice core of young receivers with a veteran, Eric Decker. And I'm looking just at who I want for my 4th receiver. And I think I'm going to put it as Taywan Taylor. That's what I'm going to. I'm going to the depth chart just to check out what I'm working with. So I've already recorded the second preseason game. And what I've noticed is they don't put in the 3rd string. So I think for the last 2, I'm going to take out all the starters like Mariota because I don't want anyone seriously getting injured before the season. Especially Mariota. That would be terrible. Right here I just put Taylor as the number 4 receiver. I'm a big fan of Tajay, but I don't know, man. He's been really injured during training camp, and he's back now for week 3 against the Bears, but I don't know. They should keep him based on because he's a huge steal. Right here I'm just making sure all my lineup is set right, and I don't know why. I don't know why there's only 2 returners in each spot, and I just had to make sure that Adoree Jackson was in as the punt returner because that's what the Titans drafted him for. Yes, they drafted him for defensive purposes, but they also, one thing that went into that is he's just an electrifying player. If he has the ball in his hands and with open field, he can make some big plays. And I saw that last week at the Titans game, but fortunately his punt return got called back. So right here we're going up against the Jets for our first game. And as you can see, they're 73 overall, probably one of the worst teams in the game. And the Titans are one of the better teams, but I still want to play with them. Alright, so the Jets' first play right here. Arakpo comes around the side, and we end up sacking McCown right there. Their next play is 2nd and 18. McCown backs up the pass, and he passes it incomplete to their tight end. Right here on 3rd and 18. I don't know what to expect from the Jets this year, but he's back to pass, looking, and he throws it right there to the sideline, and somehow he got his feet down. And so right here, after a penalty on 1st and 5, he has the man in motion, hands it off to Matt Forte, and he gets a gain of no yard. He gets a negative gain right there. So now it's 2nd and 6. Right here he hands it off to Forte. Forte gets a few yards and injury timeout. We just injured Matt Forte. What I have noticed is the injuries are kind of ridiculous. Like, there's so many injuries that pop up. Right here, McCown passes it to Jenkins for a nice gain, and we hit him, and he ends up fumbling the ball right there, and we end up recovering it right there by Logan Ryan. That was a pretty good hit right there, to be honest, by Cyprien. Right here on 1st and 10, I hand it off to DeMarco Murray up the middle, and I get a nice gain. He trucks a man, and that's a gain of 16. So their next play, Mariota's back to pass looking. I throw it to Corey Davis, the rookie, and he ends up actually dropping it. I'm expecting big things from him. I'm just going to leave him as the 3rd receiver right now. Next play, I hand it off to DeMarco Murray for a nice little gain right there for a 1st down. Right here on 1st and 10, I handed off to Murray again, but I'm playing like the real life Titan, just smash mouth. And it says injury timeout, and I don't know who it was. I really don't remember. I don't think it wasn't DeMarco, because he's in on the next run. Breaks a tackle for a nice run right there. So right now he's averaging 10 yards a carry in the 1st half. Right here, Mariota's back to pass looking. I throw it to Amaro, former Jets player, and he ends up dropping it. So right now Mariota's 0 for 2. So it was actually Eric Decker, turf toe, which isn't that serious. Right there, I try to throw it to Taywan Taylor, and it's almost picked off. Right here, we do a little slip screen to Derrick Henry, and that gets nothing. So it takes us to 4th and 13. So I end up punting it right here. And I typically don't show the punts, but right here, Adoree Jackson makes a huge play and downs it at the 2-yard line, which is pretty sweet. Right here, they're backed up on the 2-yard line, all thanks to Adoree Jackson. And then boom, we pop him for a safety right there. So that means we get the ball right back. So our defense playing pretty outstanding. Right there, I try to throw it to Matthews, and it's just a bad animation. Right here, play action on 2nd down. I throw it to Taywan Taylor for a nice gain for the 1st down right there. And I'm really liking the Titans, like, young team. Right there, no one's open. We're just trying to run around, and we end up getting sacked right there. Next play, DeMarco Murray, handed off to DeMarco Murray for a really long gain. He gets a humongous gain right there. Over 30 yards. Right here, Mariota back to pass, throws it to Murray. Murray's the best player we have, to be honest. Like, best weapon. Right there, throw it to Taywan Taylor. And he's going to be a surprise this year in the franchise, because I like him as a player, because he was an unexpected draft pick. Right there, we try to run with Mariota, and I thought there was room for me to get in the end zone, but there wasn't. Right there, play action on 2nd and goal. It's sacked, and we end up can't do anything, so we just settle for a field goal. Right there, we come around the edge screaming with Eric Walden, and we end up sacking their quarterback. So now it's 2nd and 17. He's back to pass, and he passes it to Norman Powell. Right there for a gain of 13 for his 1st pass. Right here, backs up, and he throws it to, I have no idea who that is. Their receivers are the worst starting receivers in the NFL. Right there, we come off the edge with Adoree Jackson. That's a huge play. So right now, he's making some pretty big plays this game. Right there, handed off to Powell for a gain of 9. But it's still 3rd and 6, so he still has to go 6 yards. Right there, looking to pass, and Bryce Petty just throws it way off. So our next play, as you can see, they took all the starters out. Matt Castle passes it deep to Taywan Taylor for a gain of 27 yards. Next play, Matt Castle, another play action, and he throws it to the veteran Harry Douglas, and somehow Harry Douglas holds on to that, so he's not wanting to lose his job. Next, we hand it off to Derrick Henry, and he tries to truck a man and gets a gain at 9. Next play, he ends up running the ball for 7 yards and getting the 1st down. Right here on 2nd and 10, back to pass. Matt Castle the dude came screaming up the middle, and Matt Castle couldn't do anything. Next play action. Matt Castle throws it to the veteran again, Harry Douglas. Good connection of veterans right there. Right there, Matt Castle scrambles out and somehow throws it to Derrick Henry on the run. Next play, I run it with Derrick Henry. Try to hurdle a man, but only get 2 yards. But Derrick Henry's a really good backup. And then right there, we hand it to the rook, Khalfani Muhammad, 3rd string running back, for a nice little touchdown. Their next play from scrimmage, they hand it off to Powell, and he just breaks right out of the gates like that. And eventually, LaShawn Sims gets there for the tackle, so that causes them to call a timeout. Right here, Bryce Petty back to pass. Pass it to Jordan Leggett, former Clemson national champion, from last year. And I'm a Bama fan, so I really didn't really like him that much. Right here, Walden tries to get off the edge, and he ends up throwing it to a wide open Jordan Leggett the next play. Jordan Leggett made some huge plays for Clemson in that championship. Right here, Matt Castle play action on 2nd and 10. He throws a pick, an unfortunate pick, and he ends up taking it into the end zone for a pick 6, which really sucks. And they go for 2 and don't get it, so it makes it they're up by 1. Right here, we pass it to Harry Douglas again. Harry Douglas and Castle make huge plays. Right here, 1st and 10, we do have verticals, looking for someone to pass to, and he ends up sacking Matt Castle right there. So right here on 2nd and 4, we end up doing a play action, looking for someone to throw to. We throw it to Jonnu Smith, the rookie tight end. Pretty good player, a lot like Delanie Walker. Next play, we do another play action and throw it to Amaro on the sideline for a nice gain. Next play on 2nd and 12, I hand it off to Derrick Henry, and he fights for 5 yards. That was a nice 5-yard run. Right here, Matt Castle looking to pass. I end up scrambling, and I'm down short of the 1st down. But I'm like, shoot, why not go for it? And I run it with Derrick Henry, and we don't get it, surprisingly. So their next play, they run it with Powell from the 3-yard line, and he gets a gain of 2. Right here, they run it with him again, and he juked me out right there. A reserve special team safety that he juked out. Right there, he does a little weird play action to Jordan Leggett for a nice little gain for the 1st down. Right here on 2nd and 5, he throws it to his halfback. Next play, he hikes it real fast, and we end up coming in screaming for a sack. And then we end up just getting the ball back. Derrick Henry running the ball. Nice little gain for a 1st down. Right here, Matt Castle back to pass, and he ends up getting sacked, blindside sacked. Our backup offensive line's not the best, so they're not really giving Castle a chance. Right here, he scrambles up the gut for a nice gain for the 1st down. Right here, we do a play action, passes to Tajay Sharp, and he breaks 1 tackle, and he's down at the 21-yard line, almost in the red zone. Right here, 2nd and 8, we do a play action to Amaro, and we hurdle a man, and we end up getting down at the 2-yard line. So our next play, I hand it off to Derrick Henry, and we're in the end zone just like that. And another injury timeout, which is insane. So, yeah, nice little touchdown right there. So right here, we're going to end up going for 2 with Derrick Henry, because we need to go up a good amount. Right there, we go up by 7 with that Derrick Henry catch for the 2-point conversion. Next play, it's already the 4th quarter. No crazy action happened this game except for what I'm showing y'all. Right there, all on the run, he throws it to his receiver, and he gets a huge gain. Now they're down to the 13 already. Then he gives it to Powell. Powell's running real slow, but he gets almost the 1st down, which was incredible right there. Alright, right here on 3rd and 7, Bryce Petty back to pass, looking. He throws it to Leggett, and Leggett ends up fighting for the 1st down at the 1-yard line. So the next play, he hands it off to Powell, and Powell gets into the end zone with really no effort at all. I don't know what my defense was doing right there. So our next play, next play, 2nd and 8, we pass it to Tajay Sharp for a huge gain. He ends up getting out of bounds, which saves us a timeout. Right here, hand off to Derrick Henry, and he runs just short of the 1st down. And Derrick Henry's having an amazing game, but it is preseason, so I'm just trying to figure out how they're going to play. And I don't know, a bunch of players, I don't know what I'm going to do, who I'm going to keep and whatnot. Right there, we hand it off to Derrick Henry again, trying to make the Jets use all their timeouts, because they know that we could just win with 3. Right there, it's 3rd and inches. I hand it off to Derrick Henry, and I end up getting tackled. So right here, I just kicked the field goal, which is pretty good. And we're just going to have to play some good defense right here to make sure we win this game. Overall, our offense played pretty good. We just couldn't convert on 3rd downs. Right there, Bryce Petty scrambling, and Kevin Byard misses the tackle. Bryce Petty gets a huge run right there, but they have no timeouts, fortunately. So now they're hurrying up for a spike. I'm just hoping that our defense can actually make a play here. Right there, Bryce Petty spikes it, and it stops the clock with 23 seconds remaining. Right here, Bryce Petty's back to pass, looking. He throws it, and Adoree Jackson makes the play of the game by picking it off right there. So he had some pretty big plays this game. Well, that was the final score, 23-20, and our stats. I'm just gonna show y'all. Castle did pretty good, only 3 incompletions with 1 interception, and I really had fun this game. Just kind of, Derrick Henry had 77 yards, and so did DeMarco Murray. Y'all let me know how often y'all want to see this. I was thinking 3 times a week, hopefully. 3 episodes a week. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell me your thoughts on the videos that I've been making. And thank you guys for watching. God bless.